you. Thank you very much. And it's lovely to feel that there are around about 30 or 40 people watching this live YouTube video through the Caritas, through the Cathedral YouTube channel. So that's great. So as Joe said, I'm Jane Daguerre, and as well as contributing to this criminal justice inquiry as one of the commissioners, I'm also the director of WYCCP Resettlement Services. I'm going to tell you about what we do and also touch upon the challenges faced by organisations such as us at this time. WYCCP was established by the coordinating chaplain at Leeds Prison way back in 2005. He and his team were well aware of the problems that men faced when they left prison. And at this point, I'd just like to refer back to Wayne. Wayne, fantastic presentation that you gave, and it really resonated greatly with the work that we do and sounded like a very, very familiar story. So the chaplains in the prison would constantly see the same old faces coming back to prison time after time. He knew that these men desperately needed support in the community and was frustrated that the prison chaplaincy team didn't have the capacity to do this. So his notion was that faith communities could provide support in the community. And he brought together a group of like-minded people from a range of faith communities, and the West Yorkshire Community Chaplaincy Project was born. Now WYCCP Resettlement Service, we're a well-established resettlement charity and part of a wider community chaplaincy network. And there are more than 20 community chaplaincies around the country doing similar sorts of things to what we do, although we're one of the oldest and most well-established. We're based at Leeds Prison, just opposite the gate, and a very small team of just 6, supported by around about 15 volunteers. Our aim is to help men when they come out of prison so they can resettle successfully back into our community. And our support is mainly practical, but it also includes pastoral support when needed. We work with men, male prisoners and ex-prisoners, and through our partnership with Jigsaw Visitors Centre, we also support their families. These are the hidden victims of their partners' and offspring's crimes. We support men through the gate. We meet them before release to find out what they think they will need when they come out. The majority of the men we see have no settled home to go to, have a range of health issues, and many have problems with drug and alcohol misuse and finances. We meet men at the gate on the day of release, and we go on to support them in the months and sometimes even years following. The big positive about these men is that they are willing to engage with us because they've reached a point when they really want to change their lives, and they are acknowledging that they need help to do this. One of the main things we help with is to find men somewhere to live when they come out and to support them staying there. And if you read the report, you'll find out that there is a real massive issue around accommodation for people leaving prison. They will usually need help in claiming benefits, sorting out debt issues, accessing the medication they had when they were taking in prison. They often need support in registering with a doctor and a dentist. Later on, they value our help in finding positive things to do with their time, ideally finding a job or doing some volunteering or training. We work closely with the probation services and complement and support their role. We also have a counselling service for the people we work with, and this helps them to work through any emotional and unresolved issues that they have that would help them to move forward. We couldn't undertake the level and depth of work we do without our wonderful volunteers. As I said earlier, we usually have around 15 volunteers working with us at any one time and put them through a rigorous and challenging recruitment process before providing them with really excellent training and support. Our volunteers come from all walks of life, and we love it when we can recruit volunteers from faith communities. In fact, 3 of our current volunteers actually have come to us through the Caritas network. Since we started, we have received over 2,000 eligible referrals. We work with around about 200 men a year and give as much support as we can to help people to start to live constructive, law-abiding lives. Over the last year, we provided over 1,000 hours of support. We seek to create independence and to empower the people we work with. However, we're always there for people. If issues arise, they can always pick up the phone, pop into the office, and we'll continue to help them or start helping them again. I'm very, very proud of what we do. We really do make a difference in the lives of people who may have been written off long ago, people who have been damaged by poor parenting. Many of them have been in care. Many may have like undiagnosed learning difficulties and mental health issues. We're successful and expect that only 68% of the men that we've supported will be back in prison a year from release. The average reconviction to prison rate for Leeds prison is 60%. Ours hovers around 30%. It costs around £250,000 a year to provide our service. And whilst we save the state more than £2 million by enabling men to resettle without offending, we receive no funding whatsoever from the Ministry of Justice and rely on charitable trusts and donations from congregations. And I should just add, we also receive some funding from Mark Burns-Williamson, the Police and Crime Commissioner, for which we're very grateful. So that's WYCCP Resettlement Service, but I've also been asked to talk about the challenges faced by the third sector within this field. This would make a whole presentation in itself, so I will summarise and pick on just one element, which you may not be surprised to hear that these challenges stem mainly around accessing grants and funding, with an intrinsic problem being that the national statutory sector, and particularly national commissioners, tend not to understand the voluntary and charity sector. One misapprehension is that because we are charities, we are cheap, and because we use volunteers, we could even be free. Money is hard to come by. Charitable trusts are marvellous, however, their funding is overstretched. We've been coping for years with the current political appetite for privatisation, which brings with it the need for both profit and economy, and those things just don't work in my mind. Commissioners are as, if not more, concerned with price than with quality of delivery, and this means that the people we support suffer. Contracts are, in my opinion, usually under-resourced, making them difficult to deliver effectively without additional charitable funding, and in my mind that is unethical. So on that note, could I highly recommend to you that you read the report and look at the recommendations, and it may be that some of you can help the Commission to actualise some of these recommendations. Thank you very much for listening to me.